What's up, guys? Andy here, Soblue Productions. As always, with my pal Taylor Holly.
Best buds, dude.
Best buds.
Best buds.
Thank you to our sponsors, FlighTowel, Prodigy Disc, and Hat Tip Disc Golf. Here you can see after 9 of the second round, Chris Dickerson got a 2-stroke lead on Cam Colglazier, as you saw in the last video. Here we got hole 8, which will be the first hole of the back 9. Taylor, walk us through this one.
Yeah, pretty little left to right hole. We're playing to the straight pin today, but obviously with the slope of the green, disc is going to naturally work left to right. So you might see some guys attack this with a forehand, but most guys just want to look to kind of throw a laser beam at it, just try to miss the tree limbs that Colin had. So you're going to see Colin turn his over a little too much. Chris leave his out, not quite turned over enough.
Yeah, and with the wind kind of coming from both directions on this hole, sometimes it's hard to kind of judge how it's going to affect the disc. So easy to come up short, left or right. Cam taking dead aim.
Get it. Oh my gosh, no!
Oh my goodness.
Wow. And is that the third shot at this course that we've seen from this card that's 2 near aces and a near throw in. Wow.
Yeah, you're right.
Jeez
and actually,
Louise.
Jeez Louise.
Jeez Louise.
That was it not the first hole on the good putt there, Colin? Was it not the first hole of the last video?
It was.
Dickerson. So, good way to start off these videos.
Yeah, no kidding. You just hope, like we talked about with Dickerson's, you hope Cam can come back and make his putt. You know? So he got a little bit more gnarly of a rollaway than Chris got, but aside from the most ace action, 2 great putts.
Yeah, no one's in the circle yet.
No.
And 100%. I'd be willing to say he's just outside.
Hey man, look, kind of deserved it. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
he did. I love the slow walk to the basket, like it's not even happy, even though
like he stole one from the convenience store.
Well, now the pressure's on the closest to the pin.
Oh wow, that's tough, man. You watch 3 guys drain them from outside the circle in front of you, and then you're the CTP and can't quite close the door. So it's what it is, man. Gonna move us to hole 9. Looks like it's playing 263 today, but probably playing more like 315, maybe 300, somewhere in that ballpark. Uphill the entire way. You see the basket right there. Great shot from Colin.
It's playing that distance.
Yeah, that distance.
It's a little bit nose up, but dropped pretty quickly. That must have been a mid or even a putter, I guess.
Yeah, and luckily for these guys, you've got a nice safety net to the left of the hole, as long as you don't throw it too high. That wall over there to your left. Get it. Oh yeah, that's some solid action there. Nice to see Nick loading that forehand in there.
Yeah, I was surprised that's the only forehand we saw, although I guess all these players are pretty strong backhand first players anyway.
Never gave it a chance.
No. You can tell here too, this got a nice little slope to it towards the basket.
Yeah.
And while you're out there, it's a lot steeper than it looks probably on camera.
No doubt. You see the tree in the background. Little wind blowing. Just enough, you know what I mean, to creep into your mind, make you think a little extra, and possibly catch the rim on a putt. So luckily Colin up on the hill, a lot more stable footing there, making sure he was able to put that putt in the basket.
That's a tap in.
Yeah, that's called doing your chores and cleaning up. So mama, pay the man.
Mama, there goes that man.
There goes that man.
So Dickerson still got the 2-stroke lead. Going into this kind of back part of the course here, well, that's a great shot there. 10 kind of starts some lines that you have to hit in a different way.
Yeah, and 10 doesn't, necessarily become that challenging. The ravine makes it a little visually challenging. But yeah, definitely coming up on the next probably 3 or 4 holes, you'll see these guys really be challenged to hit some lines. And that's exactly what you want to do.
Yeah, great looking shot there. This is a pretty textbook hole.
Just a simple hyzer for most of these guys. Should be leaving it, anywhere between 25 short, maybe about 10 long, just based on judge distance. Nick, a little shorter than would have liked. Hey, he said, you know what? Y'all can can them from outside the circle. I can can them from outside the circle too.
I wasn't sure if that was high enough. It just stayed at that laser beam.
Not gonna lie, so far this couple holes we've had some nice, very nice putting going on. So.
As you would expect from these players.
Yeah.
Great putters.
For sure. Might see our first star frame here. If Chris can take care of his chores.
He's got a small task ahead of him.
There you go.
And the first one to 20.
Hey.
Always fun. Not that I've been there.
Yeah. Yeah, and this, again, this to me is the start of where this course really gets some teeth. This whole play is very long, all the way over this ridge that you can't quite see here. And we are playing long here, aren't we?
Yeah, that's correct.
So all the way kind of over this ridge, and then you really got to make sure you land your disc properly.
Not to mention there is a Mando towards the left side of the screen.
Yeah, Mando on the right pointing you towards the left side for sure, and an OB line as you see here all the way up the entire left side. So really forcing you, and that's a beautiful shot. Oh, wow!
Talk about bad luck.
Wow.
That is the single problem to really attacking this hole.
Yep, that Mando tree creeps right in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that Mando line, that's crazy. Because you got to think, too, where they drew that line. I mean, if they don't draw it there, could probably recover with a forehand roller. Good thing is, right, he's going to get the relief here, going to give himself a putt. You know what I mean? So should be able to get out of here, no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
Again, unfortunate kick to the right. Would have liked to maybe had a long look from the left, but if you can hit the putt, you get off the hole. Nothing lost. Bang.
Yes, sir.
There you go. Cool, calm, and collected.
And I believe that drop zone was just on the edge of the circle.
Yeah, right at circle edge. Trust me, I know. I played from it.
Takes away your little step through.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is just gonna play for the 3.
Yeah, was forced to pitch out there. Just try to give himself, as close to comfortable of a putt as possible.
I believe somewhere in there is Colin Forehand.
Very nice. Textbook.
Drew a little smile. Yep.
So back-to-back star frames there. Star frame birdie, star frame par.
Hopefully they're not climbing a ladder.
Right.
All right, takes us to hole 12, 332 feet, all the way downhill, going. That's a great shot.
What a beautiful line. You don't see many people take that line either.
No.
Most people are going to take this line.
Right. So as you can see, it slopes left to right, downhill. it's a lot of how you land. You don't want to land past the basket, or else you're just going to keep on going. But there is, I mean, it's not an easy shot.
No, and that tree down at the very bottom of the hill there is one you really try to challenge. Chris looked like he let his go a little early. You really want to challenge the tree straight at the bottom of the hill and then have something that turns hard right at the end. And Cam real close there, just catching
Yeah.
that big, whatever. I'm not a horticulturalist, but whatever that bush is there. And this is this is looking interesting. This should be fun. Oof. He ran it.
I think he
Props to that.
I think he was trying to make that. It was smooth. That's the smoothest forehand I've seen sitting on the ground. Might be the only
forehand I've seen
on the ground.
sitting on the ground. Man.
That's a smooth putt. Speaking of smooth.
Get that hot chocolate out and your blanket. Get cozy up next to that fire. Boy, heating up.
Boy, heating up. Nick's hit from this distance in this round.
Oh.
Almost again. And he had that little low ceiling with that tree too, so probably play with him a little bit.
And on the other side, in the words of the late great Stuart Scott, cooler than the other side of the pillow.
You gotta appreciate the classics.
Mm-hmm.
Swell done.
Swell done. All right.
I love how you never really get used to Chris Dickerson's routine. It's almost like you just like get sucked in and watch, because I'm like, he does this every time, but then I'm like, he's a really good putter.
Maybe I should.
So it makes so much sense.
Doink.
Great shot there.
And we have moved to hole 13. More or less pretty straightforward hyzer. Out into a field. There's a creek early that Nick is flirting with. Oh! Gonna be close. And then you have an OB road, or excuse me, walkway long that usually should not come into play. Biggest thing is obviously you trying to work that angle right to left with the hyzer, and if you saw it off short, you're kind of left over there in Nicholas land. Great shot there from Chris. Yeah. And it appears to be
Lucky enough to stay and where you can see the basket, because if you go all the way down that to the creek, then you can't see it.
That is accurate. You know, one thing I've noticed from these guys, Andy, is just the patience of the range. You know what I mean? Like, no matter 5 feet, 30 feet, the routine stays the same. They're not worried about anything else going on the course, settling into their own rounds. They all seem to be having a pretty good round going. You know what I mean? Nobody's out of their element. They've all kind of just settled in and they're going with the flow of it. So it's been a real fun battle.
Yeah.
So far, just back and forth.
It really has. And that's something that I really think separates top pros from everyone else. It's just the dedication to stick to whatever it is that you do.
No matter if it looks goofy or not.
Does
you know
not
what I mean?
matter.
Whatever that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Colin Forehand going to lead off hole 14. This one is basically straight up the hill. going towards the tree. That one.
Yeah, and interesting that Colin, I don't know if he intended to go inside left of that tree or not. Was an interesting line nonetheless, because the play is typically outside to the right of the tree. And this pin position is a lot more difficult than people think, because you really have to, it's tough to go up the hill and drive the disc. You know what I mean? It's the little Mando tree on the right too in play, but driving that disc straight and up the hill and then trusting that it's going to fight back left at the end. And that's a little more what I'm talking about. It's still going to come up short left, but see, just really hard to get all the way to the basket for these guys.
Mm-hmm. Nick having to attempt an upshot. It looks like he ran the basket. So
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty close. You see the disc is there, so
mm-hmm.
great shot. And kind of a quirky little putt here for Colin.
Ooh. Quirky. It's a good one. So Chris can have this same angle that Forehand did.
And Chris sits. And sits.
And puts it in.
And makes the makes the putt.
I do not know which card it was, but I believe someone, another great putt there. Someone hit the Mando tree on this hole. It rolled all the way down the next hole's fairway.
Oh, yikes. Oh my gosh.
Which you'll see the next hole here in a second, how big of a deal that is. But I don't know what happened after that. I didn't see if surely they re-teed.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's probably your better option. But yeah, I mean, you see this pathway down here is just silly. And this should be fun to watch these guys throw this little hole. So this is a nice little, it's not an island per se, but OB short with the creek, and then to the left and right, I mean, it's almost an island. But kind of a small little surface to land on here, and a quirky little hillside with the green. And this is tracking beautifully.
That's a fun shot.
Yeah, no doubt. Oh no, oh no.
Unless.
Yikes. Just held on to that a little too long. And this is coming in for a stinger. Doink!
Ooh, man.
Wow, what a run. Hopefully that stayed up. And that's close to drifting off the hillside there. And Colin gonna be putting 3 from straddling around this tree here. This is brutal.
About to say he's gonna have a little work left.
Very nice. Again,
That's a big putt.
cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Because this has been a pretty hot round for all these guys, and you don't want to be the one to take the bogue. Yep.
And Nick's putted well. Just he's unfortunately not had some holes go his way off the tee.
Right.
So, and again, that routine that we've been talking about, nothing, not even the 8-footers does he not go through that routine. So,
And again, you mentioned it earlier, it's the patience that they have. It's so easy to get impatient with yourself.
absolutely.
Not even thinking about anybody else, but you just want to get it over with. You just want to go ahead and play. But it takes this whole 16.
Yeah, and a beautiful hole. Shapes a little left to right, really straight, a lot of wind blowing. Basket is all the way on the backside of this ravine. And you got kind of a backstop behind the basket there that allows it to land if you go a little long.
This one should be No problem there. Yes,
Yeah.
should be edge of the circle.
Yeah, circle's edge putt there. And is Nick looking to go hyzer out here?
It looks like it.
Oh yeah, you don't see many people take that route.
Holy
Oh
cow!
my gosh. Oh well, maybe more people should take it. You know, I don't know. And Colin gonna just maybe. Oh wow. Turn it over.
There's a tree
Caught
there.
the tree.
I'm gonna attempt to throw this one in a little much, but
Yeah.
still should be fine.
Bazinga!
What do you know?
What do you know? See Dick making another putt. I would say it's boring, but it's
No,
not.
it's not at all.
Not.
It just makes me remember why I'm behind the camera.
Right.
Another great putt.
It's starting to make me think I should be behind the camera more often.
We'll see what Mr. Soblue Shorts can do here. Finish the round.
You know, back-to-back straddle putts to save par, and made both of them and closed out. So not the way you want to finish a round, but definitely, you know, confident putts to finish off on and not losing strokes. So, and Nick with the tap in, also taking care of his chores.
Many chores were had.
They were. Mom should be proud all over.
So there you go. The standings after round 2. Shaping up to be a really good finish,
Can't wait. You'll see us at Emeritus Longs, so should be a doozy.
which is a doozy in itself.
And that's it.
So as always, we thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the final round at Inverness Park in Birmingham. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.